So next up, we're going to go over the space. So for the room configuration, we have the memorial library, the primary lab is there, and also the overflow lab, which will be used like during events when there is more players than computers. Students can go over there and play, but it's not as optimized as the primary lab. And then an unused basement lobby actually becomes a bring your own device lounge. So that area will have peripheral equipment. It just won't have the actual computers. And so it will have like gaming chairs. It'll have stations where students can set up their own consoles, headsets, and all three of these settings will have storage units with keycard access, and the doors will have keycard access as well. As I've said before, these places already have air conditioning, LED lighting, they've got the electrical setup, they've got the network setup, so we're kind of lucky in that way. So for access, so the primary lab that's going to be created with the 20 gaming computers and all of the peripheral equipment that goes with that is going to be for the esports program only. So their student ID will open the door during the hours of the lab if they're an esports community member, or if they're a coach, or if they're staff. The overflow lab will be open to general, all of the students, unless if there's an event going on, then they can reserve the lab so that they have it if they need it. And the lounge that is now going to be a bring your own device lab in the basement will not have a lounge attendant for all the times that it's opened, but there will be a 3 times daily check where a lounge attendant from one of the other labs will go and check the storage container and make sure that all the peripheral devices are still there and that everything's in good repair and everything like that. There is video cameras recording for security for all of these settings, and again, key card readers at the doors and on each storage unit so that students can check in and out and there will be a log of who took what. So for lab and computer support, there will be coaches present for all practice, events, meetings, and there will be student lab attendance. So these are likely going to be paid or it can be volunteer. The school will pay yearly for IT support subscriptions per console, and then there will be additional staff needed for operations like the meetings, things like that. That's where administration comes in for planning things. And then, of course, things outside regular hours, something like going to a tournament, you might need chaperones or things like that. So the benefits of this facility on campus is that there's currently no esports facilities on the campus, and a survey of students and alumni indicated there was a high level of interest in having facilities, and the majority of students said they would consider getting involved in an esports program if there was facilities on campus. The library labs are underused, so this is making use of something that is currently going to waste. And again, the basement lobby is not used right now, so it's an empty space kind of with the setups for a good bring your own device lab, so it's going to be put into use. And in the library building, there's pre-existing security measures like cameras, there's AC, there's the network specs, electrical specs you need, plus parking, bathrooms, things like that you would already need. And the impact is that hopefully the esports events will attract and maintain club members. So again, with that student engagement we're going to see, hopefully it will engage alumni and parents to come see events, to come support the students. And it is a marketing and recruitment opportunity. So by having an esports team, you can market to potential students that, hey, we have this here. And if they're interested in esports, they might choose your school over another. So as far as event planning goes, members that will be traveling to other arenas, those are going to be mainly the students and the coaches. That's the only people that would be traveling to other arenas. And as of now, I have planned that students will travel to other larger esports settings, such as the ones at DePaul or NIU for larger events, because with the current plan that I have just outlined being implemented, there still might not be enough space for a larger event, such as a convocation center or things like that. There will be practices for the team approximately 5 times per week, and that schedule will be more ironed out once there is a coach. Sponsorships will be sought, especially for paying event fees, for getting equipment. So some of that Alienware that I talked about, if we got a sponsorship with Dell, we might be able to cover those. So when going to events, sponsorships will always be having an eye out for those. And with the current budget, it was already very high, so I didn't put jerseys in. but there will be red, and this is just an example, say the school was NIU, or for my example, it's the university, whatever the school's color is, and their t-shirts, all of the students competing would be wearing that until there's enough money raised by the program, then they can get some nice jerseys. And the events, any esports events being held by the school would be promoted on the school's website, by flyers, by banners, by the school newspaper, and other outlets such as that. So that wraps up everything, and thank you for watching.